Hey there, green thumbs! Ready to take your gardening skills to the next level this spring? If you've been dreaming of growing your favorite plants longer, even when the weather isn't cooperating, you're in the right place. One cold snap, and you might be scrambling to protect your plants. But what if there was a way to grow your plants for a longer period, even when temperatures dip or the rain comes pouring down? Today, we're diving into some awesome greenhouse tips that will help you extend your growing season. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or a newbie, these tips are simple, effective, and easy to implement. So stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be well equipped to maximize your gardening potential. Now I know what you're thinking. Do I need a fancy expensive greenhouse to do this? Not at all. You don't need to spend a fortune or have a huge backyard. Whether you have a large garden or just a small balcony, there's a greenhouse solution for you. And trust me, the benefits are huge. Not only will you be able to grow plants for longer, but you'll also get a head start on the season. Now, choosing a greenhouse. It's a bit like choosing a good shed. Get the right one and it'll become an indispensable part of your life outdoors. Too small, and you'll constantly be bumping your elbows and tripping over pots. Too large, and it can feel like an awfully big space to heat on a chilly March morning. The first thing to consider is space. Have a good look at your garden, balcony, or patio. Where does the sun fall throughout the day? Ideally, you want a spot that gets plenty of natural light. Next, think about the type of plants you want to grow. If you're just starting out, a small, polytunnel-style greenhouse might be perfect for raising seedlings and overwintering a few tender plants. But if you're dreaming of growing tomatoes, cucumbers, and maybe even melons, then a larger greenhouse with more headroom is a must. Don't forget about ventilation. A greenhouse can quickly turn into a sauna on a sunny day, so make sure your chosen greenhouse has adequate vents or windows. Now let's talk about temperature, a subject very dear to a gardener's heart. A greenhouse acts like a giant sun trap, absorbing heat during the day and holding on to it even as the temperature outside drops. This is a real boon for us gardeners, but it can also lead to some rather toasty conditions if we're not careful. The key is to find that Goldilocks zone. Not too hot, not too cold, but just right for your plants. Most plants thrive in temperatures between 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, and a slightly cooler 55 to 60 degrees at night. Keep an eye on the thermometer, especially during the shoulder seasons of spring and fall. On warm, sunny days, open those vents wide and let the fresh air flow through. If you're lucky enough to have a gentle breeze, position the vents so that air is drawn through the greenhouse, creating a cooling cross breeze. On the flip side, when those chilly nights threaten, you'll need to provide some warmth for your tender plants. Electric heaters are convenient but can be pricey to run. Gas heaters are another option, providing instant heat, but they do require proper ventilation. For smaller greenhouses, or if you only need to raise the temperature a few degrees, consider using a paraffin heater. Let's move on to row covers. Now imagine popping a lightweight, breathable jacket on your plants on a chilly evening. That's essentially what a row cover does. It's a simple yet remarkably effective way to give your plants an extra layer of protection from the elements. Row covers come in various materials, from lightweight fleece to heavier-duty woven fabrics. They work by trapping a layer of warm air around your plants, creating a microclimate that's a few degrees warmer than the surrounding air. This can make all the difference in early spring and late fall when those unexpected cold snaps can threaten to damage tender foliage. But row covers aren't just for warmth. They can also protect your precious crops from strong winds. Using row covers is a breeze. Simply drape the material over your plants, making sure it reaches all the way to the ground on all sides. And now, for the most vital ingredient for healthy plant growth: light. Just like us, plants need sunlight to photosynthesize and thrive. In a greenhouse, we're aiming to maximize every precious ray of sunshine. When choosing a spot for your greenhouse, think about its orientation. Ideally, you want it facing south or southeast to capture as much sunlight as possible throughout the day. Avoid positioning it in the shadow of trees or buildings, as this will significantly reduce the amount of light reaching your plants. The material of your greenhouse will also affect light levels. Glass is the most traditional material and offers excellent light transmission, but it can be expensive and heavy. Polycarbonate is a good alternative. It's lighter, more affordable, and still allows plenty of light through. Once you've got your greenhouse in place, keep the glazing clean, both inside and out, as dirt and grime can significantly reduce light transmission. And that's a wrap on our greenhouse tips for extending your growing season. Let's quickly recap what we've covered today. First, we talked about choosing the right greenhouse for your space, whether it's a small, portable greenhouse or a larger, permanent structure. Next, we covered temperature control, from heating to cooling, and how to keep things just right for your plants. Then we discussed using row covers for extra protection, and maximizing natural light to ensure your plants get the best growing conditions possible. I hope you found these tips helpful, and that you're excited to put them into practice in your own garden. Remember, gardening is all about experimenting and finding what works best for you and your plants, so don't be afraid to try new things and see what makes your garden thrive. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more gardening tips and tricks.